heart of northeast Nigeria lies Gombe State, where every landmark tells the story of a people in the pursuit of happiness and tangible development. The jewel in the savannah, as it's fondly called, first amongst equals, business-driven, diversely cosmopolitan, a burgeoning leader in the Committee of States under Governor Muhammadu Inuwa Yahaya. With the northeastern part of Nigeria enduring the scourge of Boko Haram insurgency for over a decade, Gombe State has maintained strategic relevance in the region's socio-economic recovery. Aside being an economic leader in the sub-region, Gombe State is unfortunately viewed as the gully erosion capital of the northeast, with over 200 active gullies weaving a mosaic of ecological concerns, hunger and squalid living conditions in many promising communities. As gullies travel, rapidly expanding into several kilometers, whole farmlands, livestock and critical social infrastructure are destroyed in their wake, perpetuating poverty, hunger and despair. This is the 21 kilometers FCE Teal Railway Quarters Gully Erosion Control Project, carried out by the World Bank-funded Agro-Climatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscape ACReSAL, renewing the face of a community once threatened by giant gullies. In the past, the aftermath of every downpour spelled doom and gloom as victims lose farmlands, livestock and their homes to flooding.
Definitely we have been suffering seriously because during the rainy season you can see that you will find it difficult to cross from one area to the other. That's one. And at the same time, our livestock, whenever unexpectedly the water flood will just go away with them. We have been losing a lot of them. And our farmlands has been washed away by this erosion. And sometimes not only our farmlands, not only our livestock, but even our people, many have lost their lives.
Actually, it has affected our school children, even our families, even our businesses. Whenever there's rainfall, we cannot go to the farm. Our children cannot go to school. We cannot go to the market. If this is a Shaba rider, even if we beg them, they will bill you a lot of money because of the bad road and because of the erosion. But to God be the glory. God just supported us through ACReSAL. He supported us to clean our tears. When they came, we were thinking whether they were joking, whether they were just playing. But at long last, we have seen the results so great.
We lost so many lives. Most houses were being demolished, goods were perished, and many more.
Da kan kafin a zo aikin kwalin da mun shiga cikin wahala babba ma, domin alargika bana mantawa an yi rashin rai ma. A rasa rai ga gidaje ga dabbobi.
Before the project, violent crimes were at an all-time high. 95% of the residents were multi-dimensionally poor, burglary and rape were the order of the day. Hundreds of Almajiris, out-of-school children roamed the streets, and girls of school-going age hawked with no hope in sight. With the Gombe State government under Inuwa Yahaya showing commitment through the payment of its counterpart funding, the journey towards saving communities from the clutches of gullies just began.
Our administration has so far paid the sum of 892,740,114 naira as a government counterpart contribution in order to enable the implementation of this project.
The preparatory stages were as important as the project itself.
After fulfilling all the safeguard requirements, we conducted what we call environmental and social management plan studies, where experts were drawn. They have looked at the impact of the project on the generality of the environment, air, water, soil, and anything you might think of, even noise. They look at it, what are the measures to be put in place to mitigate short and even long-term effect of the project, this mega project that we are going to implement under FCE.
Aside building concrete drainages, people around the FCE Teal Railway Gully corridors were economically empowered.
Direct beneficiaries of this project whose properties were affected are more than 500. As I earlier said, we carried out a study and identified nearly 345 households that are going to be displaced, whom we compensated adequately before the commencement of this project. But subsequently, because of alignment and realignment, a lot of beneficiaries that are directly involved and will be displaced increase to more than 500, whom we have compensated at the instance of His Excellency at the World Bank. We have indirect beneficiaries that span over 1.6 million people.
Ibrahim Abdullahi Kurama is a businessman whose shop was threatened by the onslaught of gullies in the area. After receiving compensation and moving his shop to a new location, he says his business has found new wings to fly. This is the place where Lami Muhammadu's home once stood, a grandmother living from hand to mouth. The compensation enabled her to build a house at a safe location where she stays with her son, his wife, and granddaughter.
Ina ga a yanzu ya goge mini cututtuka mai yawa tun da ina kuntataccen gida. Allah Ubangiji ya sa wannan biya na wannan aiki ya sa ina samu babban gida. Na tara iyalaina da jikokina duka muna cikin gida.
For Usman Umar, the head teacher of Jauro Abari Primary School, the project has increased school enrollment and retention.
Actually, if you look at the place, it's just like a remote area. In the past, we are not getting girls to be in our school as expected. But now, if you look at the population in our school, that is enrollment, the girls is even higher than the boys. Now we are having about 274 girls, while the boys are 244. Look at the intervention. When the intervention comes, actually people are now enlightened about the importance of education, and now we have population or overpopulation of girls in our school. If you look at the ratio of boys to girls.
For Alhaji Usman Galadima, this project has transformed the lives of residents.
The socio-economic status of people living in this community per se. If you look at the community, you can call it a ghetto area. Most of them were just living below lower level of living. If you are asked to go and buy their houses before the emergence of this erosion, you cannot price it. You can't just even look at it now. But when it happens, they were given compensation. They move from that ghetto. They find beautiful houses outside the community. They bought it, what it left over as remnants. They buy foodstuffs. They bought machine. They have a little bit savings. They have started a new career, new lifestyle.
For Danjuma Abdu, the project is a stitch in time that has reduced poverty and stimulated the macro and microeconomic activities of the area.
Like you can buy things from the midst of the town or from the main market and bring it to the area without any difficulty. In the past, when you ask somebody to bring you to the place, he will hardly come. He will tell you that that place is a no-go area. And when you talk of security, hoodlums used to go into this trench and hide themselves there. You will always be afraid of what may possibly happen to you.
Health experts covering the project affected communities describe the project as a social medicine.
The project has helped, really. I even saw it this time around in our facility. Before last year, by this time, we are having a lot of cholera cases due to contamination because there is no any drainage of water. But for this year, because of this project, a lot of cases has been reduced. We don't even have much cholera cases now for this year. Places in other sides that they are not able to be beneficiary this time because we see the impact of the project in our facility. It has helped a lot in minimizing cholera cases. More than 50% cases, I can say even more than 70% cases of cholera, it has reduced. The impact of the project regarding maternal and child health care, sometimes women will start labor at home. Before finding a transport to the facility, it will delay. And that delay can cause anything. It can cause the woman to bleed, or it can cause her to deliver at home with so many complications. But with this project, they can find it easy to find a transport to the facilities.
For government, I think it should start by saying that this is a laudable project. It should be repeated in all the places where we have these challenges. This social service is part of what we call social medicine. They have a long way in imparting on the health system itself. So, and it's part of preventive measures. So if you take these measures, you don't have to be, so if you are dealing with, say, 100 children on admission every day for malaria cases, by the time you begin to have this kind of project repeated in so many places like that, in so many communities, you see a significant drop in all the children that will have malaria per time in a place. And what that means is that you are going to have a reduction in the number of people that will fall sick because of malaria. You're going to have a drop in the number of people who would need to come to hospital for admission because of malaria, the consumption of the hospital facility because of malaria. I mean, you can go on and on and on and begin to talk about the importance of this health system.
Violent crimes have also dipped in the area with easy access for security personnel.
yanzu aka tinka wa kammala aikin ma da aka rubuta ma na gidajen da aka siya din aka bibiya su aka rubuce din ma'ana yanzu ma'ana hukuma sun samu wajen shigowa irin su hattara su 99 da sauran su suna shigowa yanzu yaran ma sun canja anguwannin su akwai tsaro da zaman lafiya kuma shugabannin mu suna iya bakin kokarin su.
Residents say they no longer sleep with their eyes wide open or get stuck at home, work or school after a downpour for fear of the unknown.
Yawa wannan jaran da aka yi masu kyau da yawa saboda kasuwannin mu za su yi kyau saboda kuma yaran mu za su fita makaranta za su dawo a cikin kwanciyar hankali za mu fita leburancin mu hankali a kwance mu dai an mana taimako.
Members of the benefiting communities revealed that they now feel and appreciate the presence of the World Bank and the state government more now than in the previous decades of their community's existence.
That's why most of our people before, they don't know, if you told them that there is World Bank, they will not agree with you. But with the presence of this project, they will tell you that definitely not only the World Bank, they know that there is a partnership between World Bank and other countries in the world. particularly Nigeria. They know that now Nigeria is in partner with the World Bank, not only Nigeria, but even Gombe State government. So definitely our people are highly pleased with this project, and they really appreciate what the World Bank, Gombe State government, and ACReSAL are doing to this our great area. Definitely we highly appreciate it, and we really thank you very much for this great effort.
Residents are grateful that the World Bank-funded ACReSAL Gully Erosion Control Project has opened their communities up for new business opportunities, increased the value of real estate, and improved their human development indices.
Amma yanzu ta sanadin kwarin nan da aka gyara, za a fidda gadaje, hanyoyi wanda kowa zai iya walwala yanda ya kamata. Su wanda suke ga sun samu guri sun kauro saboda jin daɗin gyara da aka yi, da sun guji filin su, yanzu sun dawo sun yi ginin su, ko kuma sun sai guri sun gina sun zauna saboda ba su da fargaban komai game da kwarin nan. Ba tunanin nan zai yanke, nan zai ribza, ba wani loto, ba wani rami, ba wani komai, dai komai ya zama lebur, ya zama kiliya ko ina.
Firstly, gaskiya our distinguished governor, we thank God, and thank you so much. We really appreciate to help us with that work da ka sa mana hannu akai.
With the community revolving fund in place, beneficiaries now engage in small agriculture, animal husbandry and fisheries business, putting more money into their pockets.
Wannan aiki ya shafi mutane da dama wadda an taba gidajensu an kuma biya su diya. Akwai waɗanda kuma suna kusanci da wannan kwari. An ɗauke su, wasu an ba su sana'o'i, wasu an taimaka musu da abin da za su tallafa wa rayuwarsu domin albarkan wannan aiki da aka yi a wurinsu. Sannan masu aiki kansu wadda suke ɓangarorin wurin su ma wasu sun shiga ayyukan nan, ana damawa da su, suna samun ɗan abin da za su sa a baka sakamakon wannan aiki.
This kind of intervention under His Excellency, people are now going to sleep with their eyes closed and smiling to the bank, with their living condition improve. A lot of infrastructure, including that of the railway, Nigeria Railway Service, were safe as a result of this intervention. These are people whose life was at a level that you're feeling the government is not concerned about your own well-being, but were what? Transformed to better. Were transformed to the level that they don't think in a very near future their life will be improved. The living condition, the security, the social development of the area will be what? Changed. A lot of stories that were negative to that particular location are now no more. These are people, if you could have opportunity to interface with, which I would want to believe in this kind of engagement you are having with us, you must have come across numerous number of them sharing with you their stories, where they were before the coming of ACReSAL, where they were before the coming of His Excellency. Numerous number of roads were constructed under the Network 1100 project of Governor Muhammadu Inuwahaya, which ACReSAL match and construct these 21-kilometer stormwater drains. And His Excellency connects those communities with numerous number of roads. So it's a success story that we have kept closer to our heart together with His Excellency Muhammadu Inuwahaya, and we'll continue to count it, and we are praying that a lot of opportunities will be provided now that we are about to go into the next phase of project implementation in terms of Gully. We have gone far in taking care of another Gully that is of magnitude of this kind of Gully that we're about to finish. That is the GGMC Doma Gully Erosion Control Site.
As ACReSAL continues its work of saving the environment and birthing multidimensional development, the commitment of the Inuwa Yahaya-led government in implementing the World Bank project has become an integral part of a continuing narrative of transforming the cluster of shanties on the cusp of decline in a new prosperous community bubbling with life.
Now we are living peacefully without problem. We pray that all that is happening here ACReSAL will continue with this good work, not only in Gombe State, in the state generally. So I'm grateful. I pray God will assist them in their performances.
Mun yi godiya matuƙa sosai a ɗannan ɗaure kwarin. Sakamakon da ba ɗaure kwarin nan ba za mu yi shiri mu tafi gona in an yi ruwa ba dama mu je mu. To yanzu kuma Allah ya kawo mana sauƙi, an yi ruwan ma za mu zo mu tsallaka gada mu je mu yi noma. Kuma wannan gadan da ga an yi ta haɗa anguwanni. Don yanzu ba ƙauyuka ake cewa ba. Nan yanzu nan gurin anguwanni ne. Muna sa rai kuma Allah ya sa gwamnati ta taimaka ta zo da mana hanya a nan gurin don shi gaban guraren mu. Yanzu mu ba ma ta gona muke ba. Don nan guri ya zama anguwa kuma ya inganta. Yanzu da yanda za ka daga fili ka sai da shi da yanzu in ka daga ba ka saya ka sai da shi ba. Don darajarsa ya ninku 100%. Inda za ka sai da fili dubu siyo sai ka sai da shi 350 ko 400. Ai mun ci gaba ko?
Kafin dai a zo a yi ɗaurin kwarin nan mun sha wahala. Ba ma mun sha wahalan shiga da fita da yara da marasa lafiya. Amma yanzu dai alhamdulillah da aka yi wannan aikin gaskiya mun gode. Mun gode wa Allah, muna gode wa ACReSAL, muna gode wa shugaba gwamna mai girma kenan. Muna godiya da haka don yanzu kuma a bayan haka an biya mu an samu tallabi kuma gaskiya muna kasuwanci da shi, muna taimakawa iyali da kuma har na ba ma mutane biyu suna kasuwanci da shi. A haka suna jujjuyawa suna samu suma na ɗan kashewa da yanayin rayuwa da aka tsinci kai. Muna dai godiya a ACReSAL sosai, ba abun da za mu ce don angonmu ya fito ya yi kyau sosai ba yadda bai yi ba gaskiya, ko da nan ma ya yi kyau sosai wajen.